Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Laura Kay. If you're new here, welcome to this safe space. I believe that you were guided here for a reason, and if you are coming back, thank you guys so much. I am so happy that you are here with me. Today, I am talking to somebody who has a beautiful future ahead of them. I feel such beautiful energy tuning into this right now, but whoever this is may resonate as somebody who can be like a shapeshifter, can be able to fit into different groups of people, different areas. You are very social and like cultured and are able to connect with so many different people on such like deep level. I get a lot of like big cat energy when I'm tuning into this, so if that resonates with you, maybe it's for you. I'm going to just flip through a page. If you've been watching with me, I've been pulling some quotes from Das Energy by Paul Williams. I really enjoy this book, but it's one of those, you can just plop to a page and find a really good quote. If you could look infinitely far forward in time, you could look infinitely far out into space. There's no question what you would see. You would see the back of your head. Everybody wants to know, what can I do? We all want to save the planet, pick up the garbage, free our brothers and sisters, stop war, and bring the millennium, but what can I do seriously? Okay, seriously. Get to reality. Get to your own reality. Become yourself. Become incredibly high and real and influence everyone around you with your vibrations, no matter how difficult it is. 222 on the clock as I just said that. Drop everything else and start doing the most fantastic, real things you can think of. Become yourself and get to your own reality. I'm going to keep reading to the next page. Have faith in your ability to be. Don't try to be someone else. This isn't being your mere existence will change the world. Don't hang around trying to figure it out. Be bold and direct and honest and energetic. You know what to do. If you don't think you know, do absolutely nothing until you do. This method never fails. Pure receptive leads to pure creative. Imagine what you could be and don't hesitate for a moment. Take everything that is strong in you and put it to work. Set it free. Never mind what anyone thinks. Take all your muscles and stretch them to their limits. You will amaze yourself. How good you'll feel and how good you'll do just by radiating pure energy outward. Contact high, the ultimate form of communication. You are beautiful. Be, it says. You are beautiful. Be. Anyway, it's from Das Energy. We read pages 112 through 115. Beautiful. I want to pull an oracle card from my Sacred Rebels oracle deck. I'm also going to use my Keepers of the Light deck as well. Just to get, I don't know, I just feel called to this one. Okay, and 2 came out, which is very interesting. We have, pardon if I pronounce this wrong, Sanat Kumara and Lord Shiva. So on Sanat it says, light activation, shine your light, your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. I almost said queer. That might be a sign for somebody. Might be a sign. But a lot of it was, like, especially with the book that we just read is very much like, you have it all within. It's all inside. Anyway, Lord Shiva, transcendence. Rise up. Honor your inner force, okay? Steps are being given. Dance with the universe, and that makes me feel a lot of that receptivity energy. It's like, just like relax and chill, and it's gonna work out for you in the way that it needs to, and you don't have to be trying so hard. So now we're going to be pulling from the Sacred Revels Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. I love this deck, and this one just like plopped out upside down on top of the deck. I've never seen this one. Wow, collaborative dreaming. I've been feeling lately, I think I've said it in a few of my videos, but sometimes, like, we really overuse, like, manifesting, like, people are, like, overly talking about manifesting, and I feel, I've heard some people talk about it, but, like, I really like when people, it's more like we're co-creating, and even when we're, like, manifesting, like in the quantum, like everybody is doing it together, and so you can't like go against certain things that like you can't defy another will. You can move with it and around it, and that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from this like collaborative dreaming. We're all doing it together. We are co-creating together. And some of the language of like manifesting and stuff does keep us like in our own like self-centered kind of like bubble of, when I think more of like co-creating, like I am dreaming these dreams and stuff, but like obviously like my dreams are going to unfold, and so are the dreams of those around me as well. And if I'm somebody who like vibrates at the level of like my highest path of where I really see myself, I see myself also surrounded by people who are following and achieving their dreams, and who also have this similar purposes of like wanting to uplift community and connect, and as well. And so that means that like it's a lot more collaboration, and I've done this is something that might resonate with you, is like we've been doing like so much work and so much like personal work manifesting, but also like healing through certain deep wounds and things like that. And a lot is saying kind of like, you don't have to try so hard because you have been doing so much work, but like a collaborative dream is also unfolding, and there's so much like worrying about your dreams that you can do, or like maybe not worrying, but like picturing and manifesting, visualizing, whatever. And like it's good to like allow yourself to get like lost in those daydreams and stuff. Like that does help you vibrate at that energy and feel the feelings of like what it is to receive those kinds of things. But also there's so much where like if you're focusing on it too hard, you're putting it on a pedestal, and it's harder for you to get to there because you're like so hyper focused on it. And a lot is like being asked to like kind of like let go and let the current take you. Like spirit is that water. If we're fish in the water and the water spirit, like let the current just take you, and surrender and trust that you could float and like let it take you with that. When I don't recall if I said this at the beginning, but I was saying that I felt like some kind of shapeshiftery kind of energy with somebody, of like being able to fit into all different kinds of like groups and things like that. And I feel a lot of like water energy with that, being able to like understand like the fluidity and like the depth of life. Water is life. And so I feel a lot of that, but like something about this too, like kind of feels like ripples in water, and water makes me think of dreaming. That's what it is. That's what is very Pisces energy. We, right now is, the moon is in Cancer, and it's very like restful and, internal, but we've got, it's Pisces season, a lot of that energy. Let's go ahead and read this card. And the number is 28. So 2's 8, 10 could be significant. I mean, like, life is but a dream, and I do feel like so much of even this video right now, like, we are co-collaborating together, and as we're speaking these positive affirmations into existence, and we're talking about this work, and we're like connecting on this level of co-creating, like we are currently energetically helping each other shift into that new version of us, like that new place that we see ourselves in the future, if that makes sense. Makes dollars. Okay. Collaborative dreaming. Your heart is big enough to dream not only for yourself, but for a new humanity. Imagine a world that is healed with respect, understanding, and with community that fosters life. Even your dreams that relate to you alone will contribute positivity to the greater good, because that is the nature of your heart. Your heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in a grand scheme of loving creativity, working to heal the hearts of the world. The heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in the grand scheme of loving creativity, working to heal the hearts of the world. The heart creates win-win situations that benefit the individual and the collective. If I just skipped a line, it was because a friend called me, and as I'm looking at the clock, it says 12:12. 12:12 could be significant, but a friend called me and it kind of made me lose my track, but we're back. That could be a significant of like some kind of distraction that you're experiencing at this time, that has been keeping you from the community and the collective around you, some kind of like avoidant, or like something that's been keeping you back, is kind of what I'm sensing from that little phone call moment that I just had. Anyway, now we're back. You're being asked to honor your growing desire to co-create with conscious, like-minded people. Your collaborative dreaming is a heart-inspired win-win, bringing mutual enhancement to yourself and to others. The heart wants to love and to be loved. Working with others creatively is a way to allow the heart to grow. It is a chance for you to learn how to honor yourself and others, and to find ways to live and let live, simply by growing and strengthening your active trust in your heart's guidance. You're asked to bear the rough patches that can happen when you work creatively with others. It's tough being an artist, y'all. I've had my moments of, yeah. Okay. Ideas might clash, and there can be friction, particularly if you have different ways of working. Sometimes big dreams need more fire to ignite them into reality. More fire might require more friction along the creative path. It is not meant to be a permanent condition, just an aspect of the creative process from which you can learn something useful if you wish. Within yourself, or as you work with another, with compassion, detachment, and tolerance. Creative endeavors, particularly involving groups, can bring up unresolved issues about being valued, heard, or capable. They can also trigger disputes about taking responsibility, or inflame insecurities about being cast into unfamiliar roles of leadership or of having to follow. This might happen for you, for others, or for all involved. The stronger the creative energy that flows, the more likely that triggering will take place. It is the nature of creativity to move in all directions. It doesn't just want to grow one project. Everything that comes into contact with it will grow. That means that the art and the artist are in the process of creation. This can be smooth, but it is more likely to be rough sailing, at least at times. This is not a sign that something isn't working. Far from it. It is usually a sign that growth is happening and you're feeling the growing pains. This oracle is guiding you to stay in integrity, honor what you feel, and remember why you chose to open up to group endeavors in the first place, especially if the group involvement becomes complex or challenging. Call on unconditional love each day and evening. It only takes a moment to do. I call on unconditional love. Please help and guide me and this project. You're going through this experience, or will be in the near future, because you are part of a new creative learning program for humanity. This learning program is taking place at a spiritual level, and it requires highly individualistic and creative people to learn to work with each other without compromising who they are in order to reach a common creative goal. It is wonderful, important, and challenging creative spiritual work. You need a strong sense of self to be able to engage in the process and not lose your voice during the journey. You need a strong enough sense of self to be flexible and know when to bend rather than break. You have to intuit what is going to be a good, heart-inspired sacrifice for the greater good, and when you will need to stay true to your own voice for the greater good. Only the heart can guide you on these matters, and others may not always agree with your instincts and vice versa. That is the important challenge of staying present, so that the friction created can be channeled into creative energy rather than lost in emotional turmoil. Please remember that what really matters is that you hear your own voice. Others may or may not be able to receive it. When you hear your own voice, you will be able to connect with your heart's truths. You will know when it is right to remain in a group or when you need to withdraw in order to work with others who resonate at a more appropriate vibration and perhaps more in harmony with your own. Not every collaboration will be long-term. Sometimes the learning will be short, sharp, and end possibly even painful before it turns into the wisdom that is gained from experience. I've so been there. At other times, the journey will be more loving, supportive, and harmonious. This is neither better nor worse, just different. This oracle comes with a particular guidance for you at this phase of your life and creative journey. You're no longer to think of yourself as a lone wolf. Yes, you have your unique path to tread, but you now have tasks to accomplish for your own growth and for the greater good that require more than one-man band. You will still do your own work, of course. However, others are on the way to help you now. There's only so much a single drop of water can do on its own. Though it is precious, together those drops become a wave, and they make a considerable impact on the world. You are a part of a wave of loving consciousness, and you're meant to be exploring collaborative dreams, healing relationships, and conscious communities. Some connections will be short-lived, perhaps involve some learning experience that you were hopeful and never needing to repeat. Others will be long-term loves. However, you will emerge more of yourself and more in connection with the world that wants your ideas, presence, energy, and light. This oracle brings a message to those of you that are involved in a group and are struggling over whether to continue or to let it go and move on. You're asked to trust your heart and not to allow any group to become more powerful than the wisdom of your own heart. Always allow the sacred rebel within you to question authority. It is loving and wise. It is loving and wise. Or is it coming? I'm sorry. I read that wrong for a second. I'm like also in my headspace of like what this is telling me in my life. Okay. Is it loving and wise authority, or is it coming from a place of fear-based control? Look at your heart's wisdom to discern whether your involvement in a group is healthy or not. Sometimes a group can only receive so much of our energy before it is time we move on. Sometimes a group is not receiving us at all, but we feel that we are meant to be guiding hand in it for a period of time, before our heart urges us to let go. It's time to ask for guidance. Do the healing process below and trust in the feelings that become clear to you over time. You will know what to do, and you must always trust your own voice above another. I totally had a question before this reading, and I also had the answer within me, but... So for the healing process, it says, imagine a chain of paper dolls, all connected, forming a circle. Imagine that the circular chain of paper dolls can be filled with a beautiful golden light, which begins in the heart of each paper doll. The light shines out and it shimmers, making the paper dolls radiant, shining, and golden. Imagine a feeling of love, connection, help, and goodwill shining along with the golden light. Stay with the image or the feeling as long as feels good for you. Then simply open your eyes and you've completed your healing process. Okay, that's really beautiful. Oh, dang, the bottom, the card that's like sitting up flipped out because like I just kind of dropped the deck, and the card that is popped out, it says inspiration, and she's literally covered in gold. And what I was about to say was like, before I was going to film this video, I was going to mention at some point the need for spiritual hygiene and like either creating a grounding cord and seeing like a white light or a golden light and creating like a shield within your energetic aura. And I just feel like I was the end of that card talking about the people in a circle. Oh my gosh. And that makes me think of like, I went to this one yoga class a few years ago, and it was one of the best yoga classes I'd ever attended because you could tell she did energy work, but we were all like laying in shavasana at the end, and I think she said something about like all of our hearts radiating a light in like a circle over us, and it like just gave me like the deepest sense of like comfort and protection, and it really like grounded me into the like that was one of the best sessions I've ever had. Amazing. Like I was so in my body, and yeah, and it was because we created that like energetic anchor. So there's something with that of like the people that are for you, like really for you, you guys have like an energetic like bubble together, even like when they're far away, or like it's like a quantum like connection, is what that feels like. Even like looking at this thing in her head, it almost looks like there's like this geometry around her, and I think of like, you know, like, you know, Sally's up here and Sam's over here and Megan's over here and Nathan's over here, you know, kind of like people are on different points, and we're all connected in a way of like she's like sending her loving energy to like everybody that she loves just like through her voice. And it's almost like a feminine way of like I was saying earlier of like, you know, just like kind of letting go. And there's some ways that like I feel that I want to show my and share my love with people. Like I want to help them, I want to do things for them, but sometimes that's like not what they need, and sometimes that's not what I need either. Like that's too much, like especially like coming from like having been a people pleaser in ways. And it's like there's this depth within you that you don't have to try, because the love shines through your actions, and it shines through your voice, and it shines through everything that you do, and you can be speaking so much love into the world. And it doesn't even have to be at one significant person. It's like just like the way that you are, the way that you share yourself despite having been hurt, despite everything that you've been through, like the love and the beauty that you can put in the world is such a beautiful light, and it will reach everybody that you love. Even like that's the power of prayer. That's the power of knowing your power and knowing how strong and how powerful your words are and your mind and even your thoughts. Like, all of that can radiate and it can wrap this beautiful protection around every single person that you love. And that's why you maybe have experienced like connections where you felt really drained, and then whenever you end up cutting those people out of your life, you can see how their life kind of falls apart without your energy in it. It's because you have always been a person who speaks that kind of love and abundance and prosperity into everyone around you, and your energy is so precious and so beautiful and important, and you can share it in ways that allow it to be stronger. And like of course the strength of my prayer can be so strong, like, and all these kinds of things, but you can also become something about this blue angel. Sorry, at the bottom of the deck it says blue angel, and like something about that feels really significant right now. I'm not sure who that is, but I'm also seeing like a blue butterfly, if that resonates with you, or like a blue flower. I don't know what all that, well, could be the throat chakra. Oh, but I was talking about like how your voice, I have a video called like Your Voice Opens Portals, where I talk more about like the power of your voice. But you can be meticulous with the way that you share that energy. I can create art, I can make music, I can make poetry, I can film it and put it online where it can be repeated, and that energy is consistently circulating, like, no matter where you put it out into the internet. Like, that stuff circulates. And like, think of the internet as like our black mirror. Like, it is a reflection of us in like another sense. And I've talked about that in a couple of videos before, but there's ways that you can be strategic about where you put your voice so that it can amplify those prayers and that love for other people. But inspiration, I think, like, the numbers 3 is one of my favorite numbers, but I think of like, you are such an inspiration to those around you, and you're meant to be somebody who speaks life into those around you. And so maybe being a coach or a mentor or a therapist or a counselor, like some kind of job like that, where you get to connect to people and you can help them really see that bright light within themselves. It's like, something about this is like, she sees the bright light in everything and everyone, and you have a beautiful ability to do that. And you have an ability to bring that to the surface of people if they're willing. And you can do that through art and things like that. And then at the bottom of the deck too, one that's popping up, it says, every journey starts with a single step. So maybe this is some kind of sign for you to put something creative into the world. Maybe it's a drawing. Maybe it's like literally anything. Maybe you just want to tell your Instagram story to have a good day today. That beautiful act of kindness makes a ripple. The 3 is making me think of, usually I like the 333, and I like to put my hearts as like a dash 333. You know, like you'll do like dash 3 for like the old, like, oh wait, it's like that's like a heart, but I do that with 333 because it's an angel number. But the Trinity, Father, Mother, Divine Child, but then it's also like, it looks like a ripple, like it radiates, because every bit of love that you give to the world radiates, and it triples and tenfold, like. And so whatever energy you put out into the world is what comes back to you. And so I just want to remind you of this. Y'all, this video has gone a while, but it feels very important, and it feels like it's going to reach people who really need to hear this and who are going to make a beautiful impact on this world. So If that is you and you made it all the way through this video, I would love for you to like and to comment and to let me know how this resonates in your life, what kind of creative plans you have for yourself, how you plan on using your purpose to uplift others. And I would love to create community with other people who are like-minded and who want to create community and collaborate in creative ways, because ain't that what this reading just told us to do? Okay. we listen when source tells us. Okay. I'm so happy that you're here because we get to co-create this space together. You know, I wouldn't be doing this just talking to nobody. You are also participating and creating this with me. So thank you so much for this co-creation and for being here. And if you choose to like and subscribe, I would be so happy that you stay. But with that being said, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. I wish you much love and many blessings and all the good luck on your journey. But I don't think you need it, because I think you are already so full of miracles and love and luck, and you're gonna amaze yourself. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.